You're listening to 89.7 FM in good company, and joining me on the line now, I have Claire Burns, CEO of Purposely, and Claire is a BAS agent who helps small business owners on their sustainability journey. Good morning, Claire.
Good morning, Lisa. Thanks for having me.
You are most welcome. I'm looking forward to our chat because you're going to share with the listeners what carbon accounting is. Maybe people have heard that term, and maybe they're a small business owner themselves and want to head into a sustainability journey and really focusing on purpose. So can you kick off by sharing with us what is carbon accounting?
No worries at all. So in simple terms, carbon accounting is measuring how much carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases your business produces when it's delivering its products or services. Just like tracking your income and expenses year on year, this is about tracking your carbon footprint year on year. It's a journey, just like any business journey that businesses go on. We start by looking at spend data from financial records and then multiply this by something called an emissions factor. And it's a very simple formula, A times B equals C, so carbon. The carbon emissions, A being the data from your business and B being the emissions factor that's set for you. So, and it comes out and it equals C, which is the carbon emissions of the business. If you're after a more accurate approach, you can look at the litres of fuel that your business is using or the kilowatts of electricity consumed, which, as you track through the journey of reported carbon emissions, you get better and better at honing in on your data. But, businesses don't need to worry about coming up with the emissions factor. It's already determined.
Yeah.
And it's just a set number that depends on where you're located and what kind of activities your business is measuring.
Right.
But, in a nutshell, carbon accounting just means multiplying the data in your financial records by an emissions factor to calculate what we call tons of CO2 produced by your business.
Excellent. And so as small business owners, we are already used to recording and capturing data for our bookkeepers and our accountants. So it's quite easy to capture. Right. So, for example, every time I take a flight for work, I'm certainly documenting the amount that I've spent on the airfare. But with carbon accounting, I would also be documenting the distance that I've travelled so that we've got that recorded as well. So things like travelling by air, or anytime we travel, the fuel that we're using, perhaps the machinery that we are operating if we're in a machinery type of manufacturing business. And so I guess it's about, first of all, starting the journey and knowing what to document to start with.
Yeah, that's right. So the first year that we ever have a look at doing a carbon assessment for a business, the first year there's always going to be some sort of missing data. But it's about starting somewhere, honing it in, getting your team on board so that you can better collect data based on like kilograms of waste that you're disposing of, or even the kilometres that an employee is travelling to get to and from work, the type of vehicles and the fuel being used. And yes, you're right about the airfares or paying for airfares, but if you're getting the number of kilometres travelled on an aircraft, that's a much more accurate way of carbon accounting.
And I'm guessing that when businesses go on this journey, this brings a level of awareness because they're tracking it and they're thinking about it, that maybe as a team they can come up with some ways that they can, even before they need to capture it or account for it, to actually reduce their footprint. So maybe it could be carpooling, or it might be using public transport.
Exactly,
Excellent.
There's carpooling, as you mentioned, but also even just if you have many staff and they're commuting quite a bit to get to and from work, even just shifting to 1 day a week of working from home per staff member, that's 52 weeks per staff, 52 days in a full financial year where a staff member is working from home and not commuting, that can have a massive impact on reducing the carbon emissions of a business.
Yeah. And why would business owners want to do this? Now, obviously, there is the win for the planet, but why are small businesses coming to you, and how are you specifically helping them?
Well, there's three main reasons why businesses are getting on board with carbon accounting. One is the shifting social landscape that we're seeing at the moment. So in today's world, ethical business practices are gaining traction, and managing the carbon footprint forms part of running an ethical business.
Yeah.
With pressing issues like climate change, consumers, particularly the younger generations like the millennials and Gen Zs, they're seeking out organisations that are actively tackling like these global issues.
Yeah.
And it's not just in terms of just consuming, it's also in terms of who they want to work with. They want to work with businesses that are doing good things, doing the right thing, and future planning. So businesses embracing carbon accounting, and good social responsibility, it helps them to remain relevant in, today's business climate.
It does. Yeah, definitely. I couldn't agree with that more. Now, as a business owner myself, I am engaging with a bookkeeper and an accountant. Is this going to be an additional, like an extra cost to be able to do this, or do you kind of wrap it up with the services that you're offering businesses as part of the bookkeeping and accounting service?
Yeah, so it does take time to create a carbon assessment, and so with that, obviously, there comes extra costs associated with the labour around producing a carbon assessment. The first year is always going to be the hardest year. But after that, it becomes easier and easier as you're honing in the data collection, and as you get your team on board as well with, getting the right numbers in the right spots. And I anticipate that, as I said, first year the hardest, but over the long term, it's an investment in your business.
Absolutely. Really. And as you said earlier, you've got to start somewhere. I can remember the early days of having the receipts in the shoebox, like many brand new business owners, and then gradually realising, that's not going to cut it. If you get audited by the ATO, you need to have some kind of process. You need to have a system. You need things to be in order. And so it is about taking that first step. And for businesses who want to do the right thing, and to be able to get on this sustainability journey, then you are able to help them.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Now, your business is called Purposely. I'm interested to find out why you named your business Purposely.
Oh, because we've just changed to Purposely because we're interested in helping businesses achieve their purpose.
Yeah.
We've gone through this process ourselves. We were named differently last year, and we started to hone in on, what is our purpose? As a bookkeeping business and as BAS agents, what's our purpose? And so we started to shift towards, we want to help people achieve their purpose. Why are they in business? And how can we help them? And getting them to focus on that, on achieving their purpose, but also doing good things. Doing good things in today's world.
Brilliant. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely love that you have found your purpose, Claire, through your business Purposely. You have a website, you have a presence on social media. It's Purposely HQ. And for any businesses out there who are really interested in doing more than the basics and really giving back in a sustainable way, then I think that sounds like carbon accounting is really positive and something I didn't know much about it at all. And I think that for business owners, you're doing the work anyway. You're keeping records, you're keeping things in order. And, we all want to make the world a better place. So you're able to help people do that, which is fabulous.
Yep, absolutely. It all starts with the numbers and the data. You've got to have solid financials first, and then from there, springboard into carbon accounting. So,
brilliant. Yeah. Thank you so much for being my guest today, Claire Burns, Purposely, CEO of Purposely, helping small business owners on their sustainability journey. And that website, Claire, where people can find out more about you and your work?
It is purposelyhq.au.